Warm welcome, everyone. This is a wake-up call. Let's see what best can happen from it. So I am doing my best to have the proper reaction to this situation because it happened not only to me, but I know during the years it was happening to a lot of you creators on YouTube, mostly on YouTube, not other channels. So what happened to me? I got demonetized. This channel is currently demonetized. And of course, I reapplied. I did my research. I also found the only portal that people can actually freely say what they think. How does it look like? It's Reddit. If you like, I will leave you the link to it where directly people actually talk about it and have a little bit similar conclusion to me that probably you are talking with artificial intelligence. These are not people that are checking manually your channel. Maybe there are some people later. If they are reviewing your channel later on, probably also not. However, so without any warning, not like other channels that were banned or warned or they were shut down for 1 week, there was a punishment in the policies or whatever. I got no warning. Those colleagues that I spoke with that had a similar situation, they always had a warning. It was a red flag, it was some warning that YouTube was writing, showing them there was a video on red. I did not have that, anything like that. So what we do deal with that, every channel has their haters, so people who are going to report you because they do not like what you're saying and so on. According to the policies, we are very, very careful what we are saying. Even my guests, I am paying attention to that, to even tell them that certain words during a certain period of times they cannot be spoken freely because the artificial intelligence picks that up first. I understand, algorithm, that's not a problem. So we also do pay attention to say things that are not against any group of people and support every case and have a rather logic conversation here. And also paranormal, because this is mostly paranormal channel based on self-realization, anything that we can improve, and also some aspect of dreaming, psychology, and so on. So what can be done? So any of you who had this kind of a problem, I encourage you to write to me, let me know about it. If you are influential, a lawyer, if you live in America, these cases can be won. Because we are coming to face that we follow the policies that we just accept. We are tricked into accepting policies that are a lot of times harmful to us. It's impossible to get the proper answer from the company because just by entering a portal, you are asked, do you accept, do you agree to the terms, conditions, and of course, none of you probably reads all those, toilet paper, almost long files, documents about their policy, especially that those are changing every month on YouTube very frequently. So I assume you probably just agree, like me and other people, and we just feel it, share information about it. What is currently, dangerous word, we don't use them, but we also are looking from different perspectives. So we are basically following the policies the best we can as a creators. So if you are a creator, your channel was demonetized, shut down, or whatever was going on, please connect with me, write me about your case, and we will take it from there. If you were also before and you got nowhere, you dealt with YouTube and you got those standard answers, we are very sorry, I know it's so important for you, blah 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 blah, but there is nothing we can do. I know that leaves people in a state of feeling helpless. And those of you that I know about that were that are people that I know, they let it go because it felt so helpless that they just moved on. So they let it go, whether they had another channel or they moved away from YouTube, because obviously if your work can be just switched on by one click. So what happened also, my income for 2 months got erased, and these, maybe they were not that great money for someone else, but for me it was really something that I could really well support myself, my expenses for food, for example, per month. So I was pretty satisfied. So it was nice. It was working for me. So if someone can switch it off just by one click, now imagine the situation today we are dealing with that. Tomorrow it will be bank. So imagine you go to your bank and you cross the policy that you don't know about. You went against the rules, but nobody will tell you exactly what you have done, and all of your money got erased as a punishment, and they are very sorry, of course, but there's nothing that can be done about it, right? You can reapply, maybe they will bring it back, maybe not, but of course not, because everything was erased, so you cannot go back to it. So I had a numbers of emails with YouTube. I have a good backup of those emails, and I have a moderators who can be also a witness. So if you're out there and you did ever case to gain your whatever you had monetization back, you needed a lawyer or whatever, just let me know if you feel like. For those of you who work for YouTube, and you probably are not going to write me, obviously you cannot, because you signed an agreement. However, for those of you who worked for YouTube, I invite you warmly, please let me know about it. Maybe you can reveal some information, unless you of course accepted the agreement that you will never ever talk about your work. And this is bad. This is bad because if there are some secrets staying with us, they are like a luggage for a lifetime that we are not free of them. We are carrying it on. But anyway, today I'm not going to talk too much about spiritual part of that, but those of you, just to mention that there is this aspect of cause and effect. It doesn't matter if some people call it karma, but there is just Newton first law, and every action has a reaction. That's so simple as that. If you're kind to someone, probably this person will be kind to you. So simple as that. So if you do work for anybody, I'm not talking only about YouTube channel, but if you are selling some products you don't believe or you know is bad, but you still convince some people to sell it, you probably take on yourself more negative effect than the company, because you are on the front line. And looking back at the history, we don't have to look that far away in the history. I cannot even mention that because this is forbidden word here, quite a number of forbidden words here. But just look back in the history and war, the major one, when people who were just fulfilling the orders of other people without thinking. So it does not really matter if we harm someone because it was order of somebody else. We are the first one to pay, unfortunately and fortunately. So basically look at that. We need this transformation, because if we do not react to the evil that is done to all of us, to some of us at least, then one day, of course, it's going to spread. There's a lot of statements about that, and I'm not talking about the fighting and going against the world or anything like that. I'm just talking about a proper reaction to what is going on. And unfortunately or fortunately, This time it occurred to me, so I am responding. I am responding in my best way, however I can, and I'm reaching out also to you. So if you are out there and you hear me and you are influential, or you did something about your case, or you can, or you know someone who knows someone who knows someone, please well, don't call me, of course, because basically my phone is not out there anymore. But if you write on my email address, and also all the links are below this video, and you can reach me by email, by writing, I would definitely respond to you. So let me know. So I wrote to YouTube, and I will save you all those great answers that are standard and not revealing anything. But I'm going to collect them, and please collect yours if you are in the process of something like that. From what I'm seeing, these people are very helpless, and they're usually dropping the case. There is no more energy actually to do that, because in fact everybody's suspecting you are talking to artificial intelligence. So yeah, I wrote submission appeal, and here is what I received. I will read you part of the answer, very short, but I also noticed that very often they do not answer your questions directly, or not at all. So I won't read that one when they did not answer my questions, but I will write you what I portrayed as facts, because what we have to have here, these are facts. So okay, here it is. Let me scroll it down to save you the whole correspondence. If you indeed will be in charge of my case, then please respond to the following. How am I supposed to reapply if I can't check anything anymore, as you switched off any possible warnings? My everything was green, very few yellow, and you turn off any proof of it. So you get my point. You cannot reapply if you don't know what video could go against your policy. It was manually checked by your colleagues and approved. That means it was totally friendly. How is that reliable channel one day saying it's okay, then without any warning shuts down all the monetization? Number 2, it had a lot of exposure and brought me money, and that indicates that advertisers were rather satisfied, because they of course claim that the advertisers are not, that it's not advertisers friendly. If not for them, I wouldn't make that money, so that doesn't support the statement that it wasn't friendly. As a creator, I follow your policies, which are unfortunately changing very often, not allowing certain words, which is not a problem. We can stop using them and not touch certain topics. However, these policies are more and more unfriendly to the creators. And those of us who are paying attention, that we say, suffer from it. There are many violent videos out there, never taken out. If I broke any of your policies, I need to know exactly what I did wrong. Only then I can review it and have a fair chance to respond. Now, if you can take care of my case and respond to the stated facts, please let me know. If not, please refer me directly to someone who can. For years, I received these standard answers, which of course makes me think this is AI, not a human being. So please, it's very important to me to get connected with a human being. And the last, please explain why without any warning my monetization was turned off. Others, as I already spoke with them, had at least some warnings, bans, and could respond accordingly. I didn't have that chance. Why? I would appreciate addressing everything I wrote about. So here it is, what I received, and this is part 1 of that video. And if you do have more material, let me know. I will do part 2. I will see what I'm going to do next. Number 1, I would like to comment that this could have been because you are monetizing the revisions that are made are even stricter. Okay, so they have a stricter policies now. So, okay, there is no argument with that yet, but let me think about it. Because if you accept something and it was fine for you, yes, you cannot really change that it's not fine, or you at least have to say what is not fine with that. Is it the wording? Is it what exactly? Because if this is still making money or it's still monetized and it's advertisers friendly, those people obviously are making money on it. Not only me, but advertisers. Unfortunately, we would not have the information of what would be the policy, but keep in mind that this information is internal. So we, as the first contact with the users, to not have it either. That's a little bit makes no sense, but I'm not a native English speaker, so maybe you can comment about it. But now, if you did something wrong anywhere in the world, even in the prison, people usually know exactly what they did wrong. So only then you can respond. If you don't know what you did wrong, you cannot really respond. So hiding behind this information is internal. It's absolutely wrong. It's absolutely bad policy, and I think this is something that has to be changed this year. Because now imagine the situation: you go to the bank, your bank account is cleared out of your money, and you cannot get any information what you did wrong. You just did wrong, that's all. So you get my point, right? Number 3, I would like to comment that this would be at the discretion of the revisions of the system and the reviewers, and that is something that I already told you about and told my other friends, that these are haters that are reporting your channels. And this is why, because if the system itself did not pick up and everything was fine without a warning, there is basically no chance that suddenly something is so wrong that all demonetization has to be shut down. Especially that there was no drop in the views, in the advertisers being apparently satisfied. This also happened when I had a little bit more raise in the monthly income, and I think that's important to say. And it dropped very rapidly, and this happened among the years, and I do have a proof of that. So this happened along the years. The same pattern. Any moment I made a little bit more money, the next month it was a sudden drop, and it had nothing to do with views. It was not with the connected to the views, and the channel was growing up. And many of you ask, oh, if you have this amount and this amount of subscribers, how much money you can make? I can assure you, you can have 3,000 subscribers and make the same money as someone who has 10,000, 20,000 and 30,000. Yes. So that makes me also think that someone like mathematician or maybe AI or maybe somebody from the system is also manipulating that. I have only the word here of my audience, supporters, also moderators of the channel that are checking numbers and sending me the pictures. And the numbers are changing from bigger to lower. And the other way around, also during the lives. So there are hundreds, thousand people watching live, and then suddenly you have on YouTube like 90 people watched that particular video. So now we're talking about the numbers, so there is always a proof. So they switch it off. So as you can see, this is not an email that is actually answering my questions. It's hiding behind internal policies. It's hiding behind revisions of some reviewers who are the revisioners, who are these people, because I do, we do all know that this has more something to do with the haters, because anytime that happens, someone was taking that action. And of course you can do that, you can click that button, report, and you can report. But most of the cases, if there is a people out there, not artificial intelligence, this is something easily to check. If you say something negative, if you do something in words, if you are violent, but if you do not go against the policies, I do not understand why would that happen. Only if that is artificial intelligence or someone knows someone who knows someone. So what are we really dealing here with? If you are out there and you live in America and you have connections also to the lawyers, please let me know about it. There are two factors important to deal with that. So first of all, the number of supporters that can support that case and can not agree with policies, especially YouTube creators. You are very welcome to connect with me. And secondly, first we need the amount of people who would support that case and see, so your audience too. Secondly, of course, this is not a pro bono job for any lawyer, but as we know, there is rather a big potential here. So let me know about it, and I'm looking forward to read an email from you, and let's see what best can happen from this situation, and how best we as humans can respond to any kind of things like that, any system, because it's the rider that should ride the horse, not the horse, right? So systems, any system, any port is supposed to serve us, and we're supposed to have easier with navigation through it. But if we are punished, at least we need to know why, and we can reapply, we can change our behavior or apply something else, or just respond accordingly. This is what I'm wishing for, to have that chance. Unfortunately, I did not have that chance. Looking forward to hearing from you very much. Bye bye for now.